Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you all are doing well and you are staying safe. So today's video is all about high-end / luxury foundations. I'm gonna share my favorite top 6 high-end foundations with you, which are completely worth your investment. I'm gonna talk about the formulation, share you the swatches, talk about the product and everything. And also at the end of the video, I'm gonna share you a beautiful budget-friendly foundation which work like a super high-end one. So it's gonna be super helpful for you. So I hope you're gonna definitely enjoy the video, but before that, make sure that you remain subscribed to my channel by clicking on that red subscribe button, and do not forget to click on that small little notification bell next to the red subscribe button so that every time I put a new video, you're gonna get notifications. So without any more blabbering, let's get started. So coming to the first one is this one by HudaBeauty. This is the HudaBeauty 4 filter skin finish buildable coverage foundation stick, which is priced at rupees 3,250, and you're getting 12.5 grams of product. It is a very good foundation stick, guys. If you love foundation sticks, I think you just need to try this one out. So a lot of shade options are available on this particular foundation. You can choose from a bunch of shades. Mine is in the shade DULCE, the LECHE, which is just my skin color in stick form. It is a beautiful medium shade which is having warm olive undertone, goes really well with my NC41 skin tone. So as you can see, this is how it looks like. It is a very creamy foundation in stick form, so you can easily apply it on all over your face and blend it out with the help of your beauty sponge as well as your brush. But I prefer blending my foundation sticks with the help of brushes because that gives me the best finish. It's very easily blendable on the skin. At the same time, it looks super duper natural on the skin. So even if you have applied the first layer of this foundation, second layer of this foundation, third layer of this foundation, still you will be able to blend this out easily. At the same time, it's not going to look cakey on your skin. Now this one is having like medium coverage but medium buildable coverage. You can make this look a full coverage on your skin, but still you're gonna love the finish of this particular foundation. So it's gonna give you like a beautiful glowy skin like finish. Your skin will look better but at the same time look really glowy. It's gonna camouflage your pigmentation dark spots really well, but it's not gonna look cakey crusty on your skin. It does not look like a real makeup on your skin, guys. It looks like your natural skin with that glow, with that little coverage. If you want to use skin like foundation on an everyday basis, I think you should definitely check this one out. It looks so flawless on the skin, at the same time so wearable, super duper lightweight. I have applied 3 layers of this particular foundation, but still my face was looking really flawless, at the same time really natural and very skin like, which I absolutely love. It is having that soft dewy finish, so I would say this is a foundation which is gonna work the best for normal dry combination skin type. If you have very oily skin, you can try out matte foundations. You can still make this work during the winter months if you set the areas of your face where you get the most oiliness. This foundation does not oxidize on me. It wears up to a really long time on my face, up to 7 to 8 hours on my face. Still it does not cling on to the dry patches of my skin. Still it does not look cakey, uneven, patchy on my skin, guys. This is a very good, very beautiful looking foundation. If you are using BB cream on an everyday basis but switch on to very skin like foundation, I think you should definitely check out HudaBeauty's foundation stick and you're not gonna regret buying. This is gonna work really well for all because a lot of shades are available. So I would highly suggest you guys to try out the HudaBeauty 4 filter foundation stick and you're gonna definitely thank me. So I love skin like foundation. That's a kind of foundation which I wear on an everyday basis off camera. So another gorgeous foundation that I wear a lot and I would highly recommend you guys to check this one out is this one by Tilbury. I know this is an expensive product. This is the Tilbury beautiful skin foundation which looks something like this. This comes in a tube form with a pump packaging, which I really like. This is priced at rupees 4,000 and you are getting 30 ml of product, the standard quantity. I know it's expensive, so grab it during sale time when Tilbury provides around 20% off on her products. So this is how it looks like. I got the shade 9 Neutral, which is again a beautiful match for my skin tone, guys, which is a warm medium shade having that neutral olive undertone, goes really well on my skin tone. Now this foundation is really tricky to work with. It has got a thick creamy texture, so you have to prep your skin really well before the application of the product, because if you don't prep your skin really well, you will be having the hardest time to blend this out on your skin. And I would say blend this one out with the help of your brush, not with your beauty sponge. Because of the thickness of the product, it will be easier for you to blend this out with the help of your brush. Now when you start on applying this product, guys, you will see that instant glow on your face, mainly because of this foundation is actually infused with a luminizer kind of thing, like illuminator kind of thing, which has made this foundation look so glowy, so beautiful looking on the skin. At the same time, super duper lightweight, guys. You won't feel that you have applied a lot of foundation on your face. So if you applied one layer of this foundation, 2 layers of this foundation, still it will not look cakey on the skin. But you have to know the technique of blending this one out. Just prep your skin really well, use a hydrating primer, and then apply the product, and it will give you just a beautiful, like super duper glowy skin, but it will look like your skin. It has got medium coverage. You can definitely build this up and make this up to full coverage, but I would say just keep it in medium coverage because that looks the best when it comes to this particular foundation. It does not oxidize on my skin. It also wears up to a really long time, up to 7 hours, which I think is really good when it comes to foundations which are having glowy finish and skin-like finish, guys. So this is also something that you can definitely check out. This is also the foundation which will be working the best for dry normal combination skin type. If you have very oily skin, you can try out other matte foundation, which I'm going to suggest you today. But when it comes to high-end foundations, guys, I prefer like skin-like foundation and more glowy dewy foundation, because that looks beautiful. When your base look really glowy, dewy, and really nice, it just looks the best, guys. So this is something that you can definitely check out. I absolutely love it, and it looks so gorgeous on my skin. So the next one is my recent discovery. I purchased it a few weeks back, but I have tried it multiple times, guys, and I can assure you that this is also an amazing foundation that you can definitely invest your money in. So this one is by Clinique. This is the Clinique Even Better Clinical Serum Foundation, which is having SPF 20, which looks something like this. It looks super cute, like an egg. So this is also a very pricey foundation. It is priced at rupees 3,800, and you are getting 30 ml of product, the standard quantity. It comes in a pump packaging. As you can see, it is a glass bottle. So I got the shade 80N Tawnied Beige, which is 2 shades darker than my skin tone. Yes, I got a wrong shade, but I would say if you get your perfect match, guys, you're gonna fall in love with the formulation of this particular foundation. It is having like a medium creamy texture, very easy to blend out on the skin. This foundation blends so well with the help of your fingertips as well, guys. So the other foundation which I have shown you, the Tilbury foundation, also blends really well with the help of my fingertips. You can blend it out with the help of your brushes or your sponges as well. Now this is a creamy foundation. It is having SPF 20, which is going to give you sun protection, but in spite of having SPF, this is not at all chalky on the skin, which I really like. It blends beautifully on the skin. The first layer of this foundation is gonna give you medium coverage. You can build this up, but I'm really happy with the kind of coverage that this foundation gives in its first layer. So you don't have to layer it on. Once it settles down on your face, guys, it's gonna give you like a satin matte finish, not completely dewy glossy, but still it looks like your skin but better. So I hope you can understand. It is going to give you that satin matte finish with that beautiful skin like finish. And once it settles down on your face, guys, this is a very long wearing foundation. It resists sweat. I have tested this out. Splash water on your face. If you have sweat on your face, your foundation won't move. It will not cling onto the dry patches of your skin. It will not melt off from your face. But in a very hot humid days, I would ask you to set the areas where you get the most oiliness or get the most sweat. But this is quite a long wearing foundation, guys. This one does not oxidize on my skin. I wish that I get my perfect match with this cleaning foundation, but I can definitely make this work by mixing with my other foundation. But this is such a great product which is completely worth your investment. It's gonna work on all skin types out there, guys. Another reason of loving this foundation is that this is actually a foundation which is having a lot of skincare ingredients infused in it. So it is having hyaluronic acid in it, which you can actually feel when you apply it on the skin, guys. And also the brand claims that if you use it for a very long time, so after a really long period of time, this is gonna provide you skincare benefits as well. And this is completely clinically proven, 100% fragrance free product. So this is not having any fragrance in it. If you have very sensitive skin, you can try this one out, guys. This is something that I really like, guys. It is a very good foundation. So going to the next one is the most typed out foundation on all over the beauty industry, which is super duper expensive. This one is by Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush a Flawless foundation, which is priced at rupees 4,000, and you're getting 30 ml of product, so you can make out it's really expensive. So a lot of shades are available. I got the shade 8 Warm, which is a beautiful match for my skin tone because this foundation oxidizes on my skin. So initially when I apply it, it appears to be a little lighter, but after some time it becomes darker and it completely matches my skin tone. So if you are of my skin tone, you can try out the shade 8 Warm. So this foundation looks something like this. It comes in a beautiful pump packaging. It feels luxe, guys. So once you hold it in your hand, you can feel the amount of money you are paying for this particular foundation. So this foundation is a complete full coverage foundation, and it is a matte foundation, so it's gonna work for all skin types out there. So it is having like a thick creamy texture, not completely runny creamy texture, and the best way to blend out this foundation is by using your damp beauty sponge. That's gonna give you like a flawless finish of this foundation, and less is always more with this particular foundation. So one single pump of this particular foundation is going to give you enough coverage to cover your entire face. So don't just layer it on a number of times. You can layer up to 2 layers, but if you layer on more than 2 layers, it can look a little cakey because of the pigmentation of the product. This is very pigmented, guys. So don't just apply a lot of this. Use a little less amount, then blend it out, and you're gonna fall in love with the finish of this one because it is a complete full coverage foundation. It's gonna camouflage, hide your imperfections, your spots, acne marks, or whatever you have on your face in one single go, but still it feels lightweight on the skin. So being a matte foundation, this is not overly heavy on the skin. The only downside of the product is that this one is having fragrance, guys, strong fragrance. So the other 3 foundations, guys, which I have shown you, the HudaBeauty Full Filter Foundation Stick, the Clinique foundation as I have mentioned, and the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation, these 3 foundations are not having any fragrance in it, so these are also suitable for sensitive skin as well. So the Charlotte Tilbury foundation is having a fragrance in it, but that also diminishes after 10 seconds of its application. So once you blend it out on the skin, you're gonna love the finish of this foundation. Now many people says that this foundation is having like a chalky cakey matte finish, but it's not like that. It is a matte foundation, but still you can make this foundation look satin matte on your skin by preparing your base. So if you have applied hydrating moisturizer, hydrating cream, hydrating primer, elixir, something like that before the application of the foundation, automatically your base will look like satin matte. It will not give you that very high matte look on the skin, but if you have applied a blurry primer, more like mattifying primer, this foundation will look matte on the skin. So it completely depends on how you're prepping your skin, and also depends on the kind of primer you are using before the application of this foundation. So this is a matte foundation, so I would say this is a very good foundation that will be working really well on very oily skin type. Normal skin type, dry skin type people also gonna love it, because if you prep your skin, you're gonna fall in love with this, with the finish of this foundation. And the only downside of this particular foundation is that this foundation oxidizes. Yes, it becomes, I think, 1.5 to 2 shades darker depending on person to person, because oxidation is a process that completely varies from person to person. So on my skin, this foundation becomes darker, so that's the reason I picked up the shade 8 Warm, which is a beautiful medium color having warm undertone, but I prefer to have like olive neutral undertone. So this is something that is working really well on my skin. And the longevity, oh my god, guys, this is really long lasting for a very long day out, or for any kind of special occasions, for a bride out there. If you want a very long lasting foundation, guys, this is something that you can definitely try out. If you're planning to buy a Charlotte Tilbury product, you can definitely invest your money in this foundation. So another very long wearing foundation that you can definitely invest your money in is this one by Smashbox. This is a Smashbox Studio Skin 24-hour Hydra foundation, which is perhaps one of my most used and my most loved foundation, and I absolutely love this foundation. I have used it so much during Durga Puja, guys, that I can't stop talking about it and stop using it. So this is basically a very long wearing foundation, as the brand suggests. but it's actually a really long wearing one, guys. It comes in a glass bottle packaging with a pump. A lot of shades are available, but you have to do a research before getting it. Mine is in the shade 3.02, which is just like my perfect match. 3.02 is a medium color, which is having neutral olive undertone, the kind of undertones that I prefer. This is priced at rupees 3,300 for 30 ml of product, but Smashbox provides really good deals and discounts during Nika sale, from where you can definitely grab this foundation. Now, this is a very easily blendable foundation. It is having a very creamy texture, but I really love it because of the longevity as well as how it stays so well put together. So this is going to give you like full coverage from its initial application. The first layer of the foundation is going to provide you full coverage, but not like the kind of matte full coverage that you get in most other foundations which are available in the market. So this is not going to give you matte finish. It's going to give you like a beautiful soft dewy satin kind of finish, but it is going to provide you full coverage, which will be covering up your blemishes, imperfections that you have on your face. Once it settles down on your face, it's gonna be very long wearing, completely budge proof kind of foundation. I really like it. It just stays on my face for up 10 to 12 hours, which I think is really good even on the hot humid summer days, guys. I would say this is gonna work the best for normal combination dry skin type. On oily skin type, still you can use it because it's very long wearing. So once it settles down on your face, it's not gonna move and it will be there on your face. And I really like how my skin actually looks. Also, it is a full coverage foundation, but it is not at all heavy on the skin. So when you are investing in your money in foundations and you want a base that is breathable at the same time flawless, it's gonna give you that kind of finish, guys, which I really adore about this particular foundation. So this is something that you can definitely check out. It is not going to oxidize on your skin. At least on my skin, this one does not oxidize, and also it looks so flawless at the end of the day. And products also blend so beautifully on the skin. This is also not having any fragrance. So apart from my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless foundation, none of these foundations are having any fragrances, guys. So this is something that you can definitely invest your money in. Just grab it during sale, guys. Use it, and I think you'll be loving this particular foundation. So guys, I have already talked about 5 of my favorite foundations, and now my top favorite high-end foundation, guys, which is perhaps my first high-end foundation that I have purchased with my own money years back, and still it is my favorite because I have tried out so many foundations, as you have seen, both high-end as well as drugstore, so many, but still this has remained in the first place because I love it. I love how my skin looks after the application of the foundation. So you already guessed it right, this one is none other than Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I love this foundation. Oh my god, guys, this is such a great product that everyone need to try at least once in your life, because I think if you compare it with other foundations which I have shown you, which are having the price tag of 3,000 bucks, 3,800 bucks or 4,000 bucks, this can definitely compete with those foundation. I think the price point is quite reasonable when it comes to Too Faced foundation, because the product quality is gorgeous. The product quality is amazing. So now the Too Faced foundations are also having a lot of shade options available to choose from, but you have to just research a lot before getting the foundation. When it comes to Too Faced foundations, the foundations which are mentioned as warm undertone are actually having like really warm orangish undertone. Do a little bit of research, and if you are of my skin tone, go with the shades which are having more like neutral undertone, because that's gonna match your skin tone really well, I can assure you. So I have bought 2 shades which I mix and I get my perfect match, guys. So I got the shade Warm Beige, which is also a beautiful medium color having warm undertone, and I got the shade Praline. So Praline is just a little bit darker than my skin tone. It is having that orangish kind of undertone, so mixing Warm Beige and Praline gives me my perfect match, which looks so flawless on the skin, guys. Now coming to the formulation, guys, this foundation is having like a smooth creamy texture, not runny, not thick, just in between, easily blendable on the skin. You can surely use your fingertips for blending out your foundation. You can use your brush, you can use your damp beauty sponge, perhaps any of your makeup tool will work to blend out this foundation out on your skin, guys. So it's that kind of blendable product. This foundation is packed with pigments, and I mean it, guys. This is having immense amount of pigments in it. So one pump of this foundation is going to cover your entire face. Still you will be having a lot of product left on your hand because of the pigment of the product, and it gives you beautiful coverage, like high medium coverage, not completely full coverage, but still it will look flawless on the skin. And I really like the finish of this foundation. It gives you like so glowy, just so glamorous finish on the skin that you are gonna love, guys. I can assure you guys, if you try this one out, you're gonna love the finish of this particular foundation. You can layer it on a number of times, still it will be not looking cakey, heavy on the skin. It blends beautifully, it layers on really well, and also other products sit so well on top of this foundation. But I would suggest you to use the Too Faced Born This Way concealer with this particular foundation, and you're gonna get a beautiful flawless base. This will be there on your face straight up to 10 to 12 hours, and it won't budge. It will look really flawless on your skin. Since it is a dewy foundation, it's mainly gonna work for people who are having normal dry combination skin type. If you have very oily skin, still you can make this work because it's not gonna melt off from your face. If you set the areas of your face where you get the most oiliness, you can make this work, guys. You're gonna love how it actually looks on your skin. That's why it is my favorite high-end foundation. I have tried so many foundations, guys. Still, this has been remaining in the first place, guys, because I absolutely love how it actually looks on my skin. And also, this foundation does not oxidize on my skin. It is not having any fragrance. The product quality, everything is so good, guys. You will be loving it. It looks like you have applied an expensive foundation on your face. So guys, these are my favorite top rated foundations that I have in my collection, which I absolutely love, and I can assure you, if you have any one of these, you'll be just sorted. You don't need any other foundation. Most of these foundations are having like really nice glowy dewy finish, because that's what I prefer on my combination skin type. I have T-zone, which is oily, and my cheeks super dry. This foundation worked for me really well. And when you are paying for a high-end foundation, guys, I would suggest you try out foundations which are having like beautiful glowy finish, like dewy finish, because that looks really expensive on the skin, guys. Now it's time to talk about the bonus one. The bonus foundation, which I have mentioned, is definitely going to be worth your investment. It is a very good, very good quality foundation, guys, which is under budget but will be giving you just high-end results. So I'm talking about these foundations. So these are the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation Plus Concealer, which is an OG foundation in my collection. I absolutely love it, guys. This is a foundation which I have used on my wedding, and it was just looking flawless on my skin, guys. So these are priced at rupees 1,400 each for 30 ml of product. A lot of shades are available, but these are the two shades which I have in my collection. 06 Sand Beige is actually my perfect match. It is a beautiful warm color which is having that olive undertone, goes really well on my skin tone. I purchased the shade 07 Sand, assuming it to be a little more darker than 06 Sand Beige, but it turned out to be a shade which looks lighter than a sand beige, and it's also having that peachy undertone. So if you have peachy undertones, you can definitely go for the shade 07 Sand, and Sand Beige is actually my shade. It matches me perfectly. This is just the fullest coverage foundation that I have in my collection. Yes, it is having a very thick texture, but it blends beautifully on the skin, and it gives you like super flawless, super full coverage in one single go. You don't have to layer it on a number of times, guys. You don't need the second layer, third layer with this foundation. One single layer of this foundation is going to just cover all the imperfections you have on your face. At the same time, your face looks completely filtered. It has got a very nice, like a soft matte finish on the skin. It just fills in the pores and makes your face look completely blurry. So the name is completely apt. It can be used as your concealer as well because of the coverage of the finish and everything, and it is so worth your investment. You are paying 1,400 bucks. During the sale time, you can grab it at around 1,100 or 1,200. So you are paying around this amount of money, and you're getting like a high-end, high quality foundation, and it is also not having any fragrance. Try out Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation, guys, and you'll be coming back to the video and thank me. Yes, I know you'll be thanking me later because it is such a good foundation, my all-time favorite. So that's all, guys. So these are my favorite top 6 high-end / luxury foundations, so which I have in my collection, which I absolutely love. And I also have shared and talked about the budget of foundation, which will be giving you that high-end result. This is what I feel about these products. I have tried out even more, guys. I do have so many foundations in my collection, but these are something that you can definitely invest your money in. This will be working. If you are planning to buy a high-end product, you can surely invest your money in these foundations. On my combination skin type, I am NC41 in Max Studio Fixer Fluid foundation. So on my medium skin tone, which is having like neutral olive undertone, these are the foundations which have worked really well, so I have shared my opinion with you. You have to do a little bit of research, guys, before getting your perfect match, because I can't suggest you the shade, but I can only suggest you the foundation that you can definitely try out. So I'm gonna put the links of all of these products down in the description box. If you want, you can surely check that out. I hope that this video has helped you a lot. If it did, do not forget to hit on the like button and subscribe to my channel for getting more of these videos. We'll see you soon in my next video, guys. Until then, take care of yourself, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye, guys.